The core of any application will be contained in its routing. The routing of URLs through the framework and to the eventual outcome delivery to the user are all started in our application routing file. Let's take a look at how we can manage to do this within Laravel. Let's talk about routing with closures. There are 5 routing methods corresponding to one of the HTTP methods that we'll need to concern ourselves when creating routes. Those methods are get, put, patch, post, and delete. The details of these methods are going to come out as we get through, but we're going to be calling them using the route class or facade. In this course, I'm going to be using the term class interchangeably with facade, though they're quite different. For the sake of clarity, until we further delve into Laravel facades, I'm just going to call them classes. The most simplistic of the route types in Laravel is when we call a method using a URL for an argument and a closure for the callback, which is what you see here on the screen with the get command or the get method. So let's modify this, clean it up a little bit, get rid of the views, and just return a string when we get to this URL. So we'll do return and then hello world. All right, let's jump back over to the browser and take a look at this. Okay, if we browse to laravel.dev:8000, which is where we're going to be spending a lot of time, you'll see that we're turning now a string to hello world. In this example, we're going to see the class route followed by 2 colons. This here is the scope resolution operator, which in object-oriented development is how we would connect to a class's static method or static property. This is not necessarily a static method or property because, again, this is a Laravel facade, which is a different data type. But for now, we'll just say we're calling a method get. That's going to be followed by an open parenthesis, and then the method has 2 arguments. In this case, the first of which is the URL that you're expecting to see. Here you see it is the slash or the root of our site. The second argument is a callback, or what the application should do when that route is received. Here we're going to provide a closure function with no arguments and just return the string hello world. We can also do the same for post and other methods just by changing our static call. So we could also use route and then post, or we could use the same route and then say patch, and that's going to give us the same result just using the different HTTP methods. So clearly we're going to need to do more than just return strings from our closures, and Laravel uses the view class or view facade to manage the return of HTML files to the user. We have replaced an actual view call to show you this string. So we can actually return back to what was there before in the demo. So we'll do that now. Okay, so this is what was previously there before, which is saying call to make on the view class, and then we're sending it to a template hello. Let's look at what that is returning to us. Okay, so here it says you have arrived. Now, how are we getting this file? What we're going to do is look in our views folder that we talked about earlier and see what's there. Here you'll see a hello.php. Which, as you can see, is a very basic HTML file that is styled that says you have arrived, and I will say, now what? And then save that. Go back over to our browser and refresh, and you can see that we are editing that file. So using our routes file here, which has on it the return view make to hello, it will directly result in serving up this file, which says you have arrived or are welcome to Laravel PHP framework file.